morning students, welcome back to the online class of chemistry. Today is 1st April. Now in the first chapter we have dealt with how to balance the different chemical equations, and we have seen some problems based on how to calculate mass, volume based on the different substances and compounds. Now we will move on to the next chapter of chemistry, that is chapter 3, acids, bases and salts. Now under it we move on to the first question, that is list out the material for the experiment to investigate whether all compounds containing hydrogen are acids or not, and write the experimental procedure. Or else the same question can be asked in another way as describe an activity to show that acid solution in water conducts electricity. Now this experimental answer must be answered according to the point wise. Now according to the point wise students, that is the first point is aim, second is materials required, third is procedure, fourth is observation and fifth one is result. Move on to the first point, that is aim. Aim according to the experiment can be written as to prove that compounds such as alcohols and glucose contain hydrogen but are not categorized as acids. Or else the based on the second question, the aim can be written as to show that an acid solution in water conducts electricity. Second point under the answer as materials required. The different materials required are, first one is a cardboard, second one two different colored electrical wires. Electrical wires are nothing but copper wires. Third one is 300 milliliter beakers, glucose, alcohol, hydrochloric acid. Seventh one is students a 100-watt bulb with a holder, and eighth one is 6 graphite rods. Now students, after this we move on to the second point of the experiment, that is procedure. Under it the first point is take a cardboard, drill 2 holes on the cardboard. Now introduce 2 different colored electrical wires to graphite rods separately in a 100 milliliter beaker as shown in the figure. Now you can look at the figure students. One end of the copper wires are connected to the black colored graphite rods. The 2 different copper wires here taken as blue color copper wire, and the next one is red color copper wire, and the other end of the copper wires are connected to an AC plug, and the other end of these red colored copper wire is in turn connected to an AC plug through a bulb that is of 100 watts, and the current flowing through these 2 wires is 230 volts. Now students, after this we move on to the next point, that is take hydrochloric acid in the beaker. Now complete the circuit connecting to a switch as shown in the figure. The experimental setup is completed. Now move on to the test. Under test 1, switch on the plug key. What is the observation here students? Observation 1 is the bulb glows under the test 1. In case of hydrochloric acid, the bulb glows. Move on to test 2. Now take glucose solution in another beaker and do the same experiment with another set of graphite rods. Move on to observation 2. The bulb does not glow here in case of glucose solution. Move on to test 3. That is, now take alcohol in third beaker and do the same experiment with third set of graphite rods. What is observation 3 here students? That is, the bulb does not glow here again in case of alcoholic solution. Now, based on these observations, we write down the result of the experiment as the bulb glows only in the acidic solution, that is hydrochloric acid solution, as it liberates H plus ions, but glucose and alcohol do not liberate H plus ions. So, glucose and alcohol are not categorized as acids. So, already you see here students, the bulb glows only in case of hydrochloric acid, whereas the bulb does not glows in case of glucose and alcoholic solutions because of H plus ions is not liberated here in case of glucose and alcohol. Now with this experiment part is completed students, move on to the second question. That is, second question is mention the precautions to take care while conducting an experiment to prove acids produce ions only in aqueous solutions. Aqueous solutions is nothing but the water solutions. Move on to the first precaution, that is testing of the evolved gas must be done first using with the dry litmus paper, then with the wet litmus paper. Move on to the second precaution, that is using of guard tube containing calcium chloride. Now students, after this we move on to the objective session, that is under it, the first objective is the reaction that takes place when quicklime is added to water is dash. Now students, heat liberating reaction is also called as exothermic reaction. Now you look at this chemical equation as quicklime is nothing but calcium oxide. When it reacts with water, gives rise to calcium hydroxide. Now students, the formula of calcium hydroxide is CaOH taken twice. So now students, heat liberating reaction is called as exothermic reaction. Already I have discussed in the class students previous class, that is heat. The reaction in which heat is absorbed is called as an endothermic reaction. Heat liberated is an exothermic reaction and heat absorbed is an endothermic reaction. Move on to the second bit, that is compound used for the preparation of baking powder is sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is NaHCO3. Now chemical name of baking soda is NaHCO3. Now move on to the third bit students, that is the carboxylic acid used to preserve pickles is ethanoic acid, that is the formula of ethanoic acid is CH3COOH. Now the functional group of carboxylic acid is COOH. Now students, all the acids which comes under carboxylic group contains COOH at its last. Now students, move on to the fourth bit, that is which is taken from chapter 1. Number of moles of oxygen needed to produce 4 moles of water on reacting with 4 moles of hydrogen gas is a dash. Now look at its bottom students. Dash moles of oxygen reacts with 4 moles of hydrogen gas to give rise to 4 moles of water. Write down in the form of equation as students and balance it. We get the number of moles of oxygen, that is dash plus 4 moles of hydrogen gives rise to 4 moles of water. That is nothing but on balancing it we get 2 moles of oxygen. So 2 moles of oxygen reacts with 4 moles of hydrogen gas to give rise to 4 moles of water. With this students, fourth bit is completed. Now move on to the fifth and the last bit students, that is dash is a metal which reacts with both acid and base and release hydrogen gas. Now students, dash is a metal which reacts with both the acid and as well as a base. So what is released here students? Hydrogen gas is released. For example is hydrochloric acid is taken here. When it reacts with the metal zinc, gives rise to zinc chloride along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Now similarly, when zinc reacts with the base, hydrogen gas is released. Now students, move on to the homework session. When this classwork session is completed, move on to the homework session. Under it, the first question is practice the taken lab activity diagram along with its labeling and learn the experiment. And move on to the second question, that is write the chemical names of the compounds. First one is bleaching powder. The formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. Its chemical name is given as calcium oxychloride. Second one is baking soda. The formula of baking soda is NaHCO3. Its chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now third one is washing soda. The formula of washing soda is Na2CO3 into 10 molecules of water. Its name is given as sodium carbonate. Move on to slaked lime. Now the formula of slaked lime is given as CaOH taken twice and the chemical name is given as calcium hydroxide. Now move on to quicklime. Now the formula of quicklime is given as CaO, which is nothing but calcium oxide. Move on to plaster of Paris. Its formula is given as CaSO4 into half H2O. Now students, the chemical name of CaSO4 into half H2O or chemical name of plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Hemi is nothing but half. So calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Now move on to seventh bit students, seventh one, that is gypsum. The formula of gypsum is CaSO4 into 2 molecules of water. 2 is nothing but di in mathematics. So the chemical name of gypsum is given as calcium sulfate dihydrate. With this students, we end up the homework session, but before that students, write these question answers in your notes, because after reopening of school your notes will be valued for your FA2 marks, and do homework by heart the given formulas and mainly focus on your studies and try to get the subject matter. Thank you.